It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see a couple of teams who joined the league in 1950. It's the Niners and the Browns. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Cleveland and the newly named Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs, compete for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback, first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
They face second down and 7.
At the 38-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Watson. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Talanoa Hufanga had the coverage from the safety position and comes away with the breakup. Throwing on third down, Watson. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. A gain of 17 yards. It's a Browns first down.
I think it's so critical to start the game fast. You hear every coach and player harp on it in their press interviews and in their conferences. It's something that everybody stresses, but it's easier said than done. So I think for them to come out and face an early third down and be able to pick up a first and extend this possession, I think it goes a long way towards everybody on that sideline and in that huddle just taking a deep breath.
They'll go with Chubb, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Running is Chubb. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. They'll run with Ford. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
#1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
14 on the pickup. First down, Cleveland. Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. He is in. Nick Chubb, touchdown Browns. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Browns will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll put Ayuk in motion. They didn't fool anyone. Tried the speed, but did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Has his man. It's Samuel. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
And he'll get about 5. Purdy works out of the pistol. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. 2nd down and 8. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
I think at this point, Mike, he doesn't care whether they hand it to him, throw it to him. He just wants to be the guy with the ball in his hand when his team needs a big play, and he came through there with a big first.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. He's going to have the first down and more. And he's into the end zone. George Kittle. Touchdown, San Francisco.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Moody's extra point is good. And the 49ers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, this is Strong. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Browns offense ready to see the football for the second time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. Credit him for trying to escape. The defense, though, was on that. Finally, they bring him down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. They get an even 20 on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Chubb. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
1st and 10. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run here. It's Ford. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Chubb. He slams it in there, and he is in. Nick Chubb, touchdown Cleveland. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Makes the score Browns 14, 49ers 7.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Samuel gonna see what he can do. Big opening up the middle. Still on the move. And he's gonna take this all the way back. 93 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
And this one is no good. He has missed the extra point. Keep that one in mind. We'll see if that comes into play as we go along this afternoon. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here comes Ford on the return. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Ford. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
And it's a short pickup to about the 42. The veteran Leonard Floyd, they're on the tackle. Third and 9. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Charvarius Ward able to get the hand in there and make the play.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game, this was one of them.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Purdy. And this throw batted away and incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. So Kittle comes in motion. Again in the air for Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. Here now, 3rd and 5. Back to the air again is Purdy. He'll try and get there on the ground. A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
That's just such an athletic play by an NFL quarterback, Mike, and you can see he tried to remain a passer as long as possible, but once it became clear there was nowhere to go with the ball, he puts it down and decides to do the rest with his legs, and he's able to take it all the way in for a touchdown.
On is Moody to add the extra point. And what happened there? Kick doesn't even get there off the crossbar. No good, no extra point added. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, this is Strong. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. They'll begin it with 1st and 10. They'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Chubb. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Cleveland.
And you talk about a guy who's been running with a purpose here in the first half, Mike. I mean, not only hitting the holes and accelerating through them, but as the numbers telling you, he might be on his way to a big, big ball game.
Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Chubb takes his handoff, running left. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner.
Understanding the coverage shells of cover 2 is critical, especially for the linebackers, Mike. They're responsible for those underneath zones. There is some vulnerability to this coverage unit if you don't have guys who understand their assignments. Well, I'll tell you what, this guy definitely was paying attention in meetings because he was in the right place at the right time, and he's able to come away with the big pick.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to McCaffrey. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. Oh. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Browns offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's Ford. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that 1st down. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the 1st down at the 49-yard line. On the ground, it's Chubb. Room to run at the 35. And he will score again. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Browns. He has come out of the gate smoking. His 3rd touchdown, all in this opening quarter of play. That is about as good a half as you'll ever see out of a running back. Greg, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the 1st half.
And he's been the difference maker, Mike. I mean, I wish I had him on my fantasy team. I mean, this guy has come out with something to prove today. I can't wait to see what he has in store for the 2nd half.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Samuel, going to see what he can do. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. 49ers offense headed back to take over once more. They trailed by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's a give to McCaffrey. A short gain up to the 20. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. 3rd and long. Here's Purdy. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And this one will not be returned. Not the best of kicks, as it's going to wind up being touchdown. Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this 1st quarter. And it might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters, too. Running is Chubb. Yeah. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And his great 1st half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
A run straight ahead, that's Ford, and he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's a Browns first down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And he will get into the end zone. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kick is good.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The 49ers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
First and 10 for Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Third and short. Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
3rd and inches, you're thinking the tight ends are on the field to block for the back or the quarterback, but not here. Nice setup here, playing to the tendencies of their offense, and they come away with a nice completion.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Here's Purdy again. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Back to the air is Purdy. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Throwing again is Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the first down chain, he just catches that ball and turns upfield. They extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. and he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Watson going to give it to Chubb. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. Strong. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Browns. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
A run up the middle with Chubb. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. On 2nd down, Chubb. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's Chubb. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. 2nd and goal. They look to run with Ford. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run it. It's Ford. Good blocking, and he's in. to roam full. Touchdown, Browns. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Browns add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. The return starts from the 5. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Niners offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Denzel Ward in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, San Francisco.
Purdy works out of the pistol. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Out of the gun, they'll give it to McCaffrey. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll go with Chubb. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
1st and 10, and here comes 4. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
He'll go back to forward on first down. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the handoff, this is Chubb. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
On the handoff, Ford. Whoa. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They'll run here. It's Ford. And he's got another one. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Browns are able to extend the lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. To throw, Purdy. This throw, left side, caught by Kittle. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Purdy gonna put it up again. He keeps it himself. 13 pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Throwing on first down is Purdy. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. now. A handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. And a good tackle out wide will hold them to a gain of just 3. Here's a third down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Niners cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit. Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Here comes Ford on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. On first down, Watson looking deep here for Tillman.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
To throw on second down is Watson.
Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him. Certainly not because of him. And what's really concerning is that's the most important position on the team. And if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out, it could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort that I can recall in a long time.
This pass deflected and caught. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Niners offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On 1st and 10, Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the gun, it's Purdy. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. To throw, it's Purdy. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. Here's Watson. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game. Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
They are going for it. It's Watson, and that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. Mark him right on the 15, and the march continues. That is a 1st down picked up on the ground. Here's Purdy. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. On 2nd down, Purdy. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
also Jake Moody, now out for the field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the 49ers cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we hit halftime here in Cleveland, and the Browns are in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He was running with a purpose as he found the end zone 3 times in that first half.
Very
and that opposing
one-sided
defense had
first
better
half
come up
of
with a
action.
scheme
Will we
for
get a
slowing him
turnaround?
down.
Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Niners offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Again, it's McCaffrey. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Here's Purdy. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on third down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the first down.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Browns offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. A play fake. Now Watson to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs, and defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
First and 10. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Chubb. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 4th down and 1.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try it now with Chubb. And he's going to have a Brown, and he is going to have the Chargers.
That's good for the Browns. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A run up the middle with Chubb. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a 1st down.
That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run with 4. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Again, it's 4. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the ground, it's Chubb. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's Chubb. And the Browns are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here's Chubb. And he's into the end zone yet again. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Browns. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Browns will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Samuel gonna see what he can do. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah in on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Purdy. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. This a mess on the offensive end. He goes out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards on that play. 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a 1st down. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, if you're going to run the ball in the middle of this defensive line, you better block the big man in the middle, Mike. What a great job, not only defeating his blocks, but being able to penetrate enough to take the ball carrier down for a loss. That is a great play by the big man inside.
And he'll take it on in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers are able to edge a bit closer. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here comes Ford on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. But what does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. And that carry is going to be the one to do it. He surpasses Adrian Peterson's single-game mark of 296 yards. Peterson did it in 2007. You have just watched one of the best individual performances in the history of the National Football League. They'll go with Chubb. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Nick Chubb, touchdown Cleveland. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws ever near to the NFL record of 6. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Samuel, gonna see what he can do. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Niners offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Samuel has it working the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They motion a receiver right. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. Has his man. It's Samuel. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They run once more with McCaffrey. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
At some point, the offensive line cannot just be dependent on the perfect play call. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to distort the defense and create some space for the running back to run. In this case, nobody could win. Stop for no gain.
Third down. Purdy. He'll let one go. Downfield for Jennings. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Watson. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up. 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, and that ball's intercepted. Charvarius Ward with the pick. And the Niners are going to get the football at their own 40.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Purdy on first down. He gets this one to Samuel. It's complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Purdy works out of the pistol. He'll get this one out to his fullback. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Chubb takes his handoff, running left. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
I've always gone by the philosophy, Mike, that the pass sets up the run. And in these last 2 plays, that's exactly what happened. You hit them with the big pass, they adjust. You soften them up a little bit, you take advantage for the big gain on the ground.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And right to the 25-yard line, that is enough for the first down, so they pick it up on the ground, and the drive keeps going. Watson going to give it to Chubb. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Another big-time run right here, Mike, and it's pretty clear for everyone to see what the plan is for this drive. It's to turn around and continue to feed the back, because right now, the defense has no answers to stop them.
Once again, it's Chubb. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They run out of the gun, and it's Chubb. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Browns. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns will add 1 more onto their big lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Samuel going to see what he can do. And and this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. 49ers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Now he'll run it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
So Kittle comes in motion. Purdy now on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
From the gun, it's Purdy. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw, Purdy. It's Samuel on the screen. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. That's over the middle and caught by Judy. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
3rd and long for Watson. And that is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
They snap it to Watson. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. On the ground, it's McCaffrey. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third down and 9. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. Here's Purdy. He's got it at about the 8. And he's in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown San Francisco. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Moody's extra point is good. And the 49ers cut into the lead a little bit. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Now, a return coming from the 14. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. On 1st and 10, it's Chubb. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that first down. Here's third down and a few inches. They bring Judy in motion. On third down, they go with Chubb. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up fourth down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Throwing is Watson. That's taken in. He's going to pick up the Browns' first down. It's a gain of 12 facing fourth down.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for fourth down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 50-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Chubb. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now the veteran, it's Nyheim Hines. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On the ground, this is Deontay Foreman. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down. A run out of the gun. Here's Chubb. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Now Chubb.
The handoff to Nick Chubb. The tackle by Nitor Gross-Matos. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Chubb. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Cleveland. He has scored a season's worth of touchdowns in one game. That's number 7 so far. So it's another touchdown. And this one puts his name in the NFL record book. He has set the new standard, most rushing touchdowns in a single game. Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Browns stretch things out even further.
49ers 42.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. A return now from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Niners offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
A throw on the move is caught. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. First and 10. A run here with McCaffrey. He'll work forward only to about the 18. They'll motion a tight end right. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down. They run once more with McCaffrey. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Niners are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Watson going to give it to Chubb. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11. A play fake. Now Watson to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go with Chubb. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Chubb.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Fourth down, Dustin Hopkins now for the Browns field goal.
A 30-yard attempt.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Browns will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The 49ers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. There's that man again, another catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. To throw is Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Debo. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the first down.
1st and 10 for Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the air is Purdy. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Purdy gonna put it up again. That's over the middle to Kittle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Right back to Kittle. That's another one. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Purdy again. Ayuk makes the catch right side. Back to the air again is Purdy. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. 3rd down coming up. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. There's an old saying in golf, Mike, that when you're on the green, never up, never in. In this case, the ball's on target. It just didn't have enough steam to get there. Winds up no good.
The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Watson. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Talanoa Hufanga had the coverage from the safety position and comes away with the breakup. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. He's got his man complete. That's Jeudy. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Running is Chubb, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there, not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, this is Chubb. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This from 30 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns add on to their lead. So it's a win for the Browns. And they were able to run up a big point total here, higher even than the 72 points put up by Washington in 1966. That was the previous record. They were able to surpass it in this one. An incredible record-setting offensive performance. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dog Pound's happy. It's a win for the Browns as we say farewell from Cleveland.